Good morning to my friends. Well, this will be the first of my morning coffee and chats. So I don't expect any people to join me in this one, but hopefully I will do this every morning at the same time now so that we can start meeting each other on a more regular basis. Okay, first of all, the idea behind these live chats is I want to start engaging more with my audience. And looking at the views and what's been happening on the channel, I'm not sure if everybody that's joined up to this point is totally with what the channel is going to be about. This channel is about a reset in my life. At the time of the reset in my life. So my way of living is changing, my way of making an income is changing. And as time progresses, I want to improve the conditions around the house, or homestead, homestead, or small holding, whatever we're going to call it. And I want you guys to join in the journey. In the process, I'll be doing a lot of DIY projects, making things to improve my life, just making some things just for the sake of making it, because I love making things. My late father told me that it takes special people to make things, but any arsehole can break things. So that is the motto I want to live my life by: to make things, to add value, not only to the things I make, but to the people that share the journey with me. If there's anything you would like me to make or do that would be of interest to you or of help to you, I will be more than I would love to give it a try. And now, as you guys have probably realized, I'm not really a camera person, and this is also part of my reset, is to get myself out of a comfort zone and to live life for the sake of improving. And I have also decided that the corporate way is not going to be the way that I will be making my income from here on, or big business. Because as much as I enjoyed what I did, there's parts that come with it that's not that enjoyable. And here's a cup of coffee for the morning. Now, I would have really liked to have had people on this live stream with me, but I understand. I did not, how can I say, make a prior announcement and a booking or whatever. I'm still battling with that part. I'll figure it out. I'm usually quite good at figuring out how to get things done. As you can see behind me, it's still fairly overcast or misty. I don't know what to really call it. Because if it is clouds, it's very dense. The weather report for today is mostly cloudy, and they say it's going to rain in about 1.5 hours from now. But we'll have to wait and see about that. I've always said that the weather service is the one place I would actually love to work, because it's one of the only places they can't send you back to fix a problem if you made a mistake. It's out there, you got it wrong, and that's the way it will be. I don't want to live my life, though, not fixing mistakes. This whole reset in my life is actually about resetting mistakes. And when I say mistakes, it's probably putting it very broadly. One of the mistakes I have made numerous times in my life is I trust too easy and I give too freely. Now, the giving part is the one part I don't want to change in my life, although there's far less to give at the moment than what there was previously. But giving is not always money or objects. I think giving can be more giving of yourself, and for that matter, adding value, adding content to other people's lives. Well, as far as today goes, I've got the pole I need to plant to put up another camera. But before I can do that, I've got to modify the auger so that I can actually drill the hole for the new pole. And I see we do have two people that has just joined. If you could say hi so I can see who's there. And okay, we've only got one person that have joined. So clearly somebody joined and decided this is not for them. And that is the way it's going to be from here on. Because what I've got to offer is not for everybody. It's hopefully we'll build up a big enough community that we can start sharing. And I want to start documenting the progress that we make out here. The ultimate goal is to eventually go off grid, but that is something, to do it properly, you have to spend a lot of money, which is not happening right now. And going solar is also not the only way of getting yourself to go off grid. One of the projects I'm looking at, I'm still planning exactly how I'm going to do it, is just to build a little wind charger to keep some of the 12-volt batteries going that I use to keep the internet going. And then I've also got a battery bank of two bigger 12-volt batteries that keeps most of the downlighters in the house going. Living out here, power failures is something you've got to learn to live with. Annoying as they are and frustrating as they are, because they always seems to come when you're in the middle of doing something. And we need to find ways to live around it. And running a generator is not the advisable route to go. The cost of running a generator is approximately 3 to 4 times the cost of getting in municipal electricity. So in that sense, yes, if we start going off grid with the solar and stuff, your initial outlay will be big, but eventually the money will come back, or not come back. You will save the money that you've put into the solar. When this whole solar thing started, I read a joke there one day, and it was about this blonde. And forgive me, I've got nothing against blondes. That's just what was used in the joke. And she had a solar system installed, which she was going to pay off. And after 6 months, the installer came to her and said, we would like to have some payments on this. And she looked in and she said, duh, when you sold me this thing before installation, you told me it will pay for itself. So go and talk to it. Well, if that option was available to me to get a solar system to pay itself off, I would be jumping at the bit to get it going. The only thing sitting out here in the morning, especially today, if it's nice and sunny, because it is past sunrise already, then all you hear is bird song And unfortunately, in the morning, there is a quarry not too far from here, which have started up. And you can probably hear them in the background. And then to the other side of me is the Tokastad Road that goes from Queenstown, Tokastad, all the way to Cape Town. And especially in the mornings, it's busy. It's the traffic coming from Cape Town. What I have found with the taxis, they plan their travel times to be at their destination in the morning. Same with the buses. I think they do that so that the passengers can actually enjoy some sleep on the road and probably make the passengers less nervous as well. Because around this area, taxis, buses, they are absolute nightmare. They're a group on their own, but you live with that. Sorry about that. So what I'll do today as well is I'm going to daily start documenting the progress of the beehives. And the idea behind that is not only to show on the day, but it's so that we can still start building up, how can I put it, a history. And the 3 hives I've got now, the plan is to grow them as much as possible this season. But with 3 hives, there will only be that much growth. If I do get the time in time to build a swarm catch box, because it is swarming season coming up now, I will build 1 or 2, and maybe we're lucky and we catch a wild swarm or 2. Oh man, there you hear the hardy does. They're not our national bird, but they scream as if they are. They find themselves very important. But my friends, seeing that I've only got one person that's joined in on the chat, I'm going to call this one, and then we'll do the same again in the morning tomorrow, and from here on every morning. You should hear Zorro barking in the background very soon because he took off here. He clearly saw something that got his attention. Okay, and there he goes. There's somebody walking on the railway line. At some point, what I'll do is I'll also do a little aerial tour to show people the property. And I will work on getting some form of a little intro going for while we wait in the mornings to get started. Because what I have found is, not everybody is sitting waiting just for me to come online. Don't blame them. But yeah, hopefully from tomorrow on, we'll have some more people on this, and people that watch this live stream. I will. I don't know if I'll probably do that when there's a couple of more people online. Start speaking about more of the projects that's planned, projects that has been completed. So guys, have a lovely day and see you in the next one.